Hi guys, welcome back to Bunny Brick Design. So I've got some stuff just out of camera here. So I've been playing with some of my stash, if you will. Trying to use up some things that I've had in my stash for a while that I haven't gotten to. So what I thought I'd do for you today is, seeing that it's still springtime, and all of the beadbox themes have been spring. I thought we would do a fun spring themed set of earrings. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using little silk flower components that have, like, I bought these years ago, and I never ended up using them. So I decided to break some out. Like, I've got this huge bag of stuff, and I used some of these little balls with stars in them to make something for some kids. And then I had all of this left over, so I still got a ton in there, but I broke out some pieces, and I've already designed at least the first one so that I could show you how I designed it, how I did it, and then we'll make the second one together. So, I haven't completed all of them. I figured we could do completing some on camera, and I am just going to be grabbing some ear wires here and debating what I want to grab for ear wires. I think these will work. I don't know if there's enough in there, but we'll grab these. So, first ones that I did was this one right here with a chain. And so the components for this are going to be 3 of these floral components. And I happen to pick ones with little bead caps and a pearl bead. Now, and that's not the wire for that. Did I get the wrong wire? Nope. I've got my chains all, those 3 go to that. 1, 2, 3. Those chains go. Okay, so those are that. I think I grabbed the wrong chain. Anyways, to make the chain, let me grab the chain. We'll just make a new one. Because I'm not sure what this one goes to. I'm sure I have one around here somewhere that belongs to this one. But I am just going to rough eyeball. I thought this was the right length, but apparently I cut one a little bit different in size. So I am just going to quickly rough measure this because I really don't feel like counting chains at the moment. So this is just like a 1 or 2 millimeter chain that I've had in my stash also for a while. So I am just going to rough measure and cut. So right there. And that is the right length. All right, good. Anyways, so we're going to take the first chain, and I grabbed the wrong one again. Did I not cut that right length? That's the short one. What is going on? Am I not? I think I am. I think I'm losing my mind, guys. I know I just did this. I'm guessing it's because there's jump rings on there and it's throwing me off. So if I can get a jump ring, well, let's just see. That one's short. That one's way, nope, that one. Is that the one that I just cut? All right, we're going to have to measure this again because this is annoying. I'm cutting a new piece just because these two, for whatever reason, don't seem like they're long enough. So that starts there. And then that goes to right there. Okay, so this should be the same length. Yes, all right. We're going to get rid of those. We'll use those for something else. Anyways, now that I've got my length of chain, which is going to look weird, I know this one is the right length. I just tested that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these tiny, tiny jump rings, and I've got 3 here. So they're really tiny jump rings. I've been using my tweezer nose pliers and my bent nose pliers for doing this. And first things we're going to do, and this one's already open, is we're going to hook on the purple onto one side. And then we're going to close them. And this is why I say I'm using 2 sets of pliers, because those are so tiny I cannot get my fingers around them. Then we're going to open up the next one. And we're going to hook the white to the other end. And I'm just making sure this is closed nice and tight, so that it's really tight there. And then now this one, we are going to count, and I do believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 12, it's 12 up. So we're going to open up the jump ring. And it's easiest to do this way. And then we're going to count 12 from this end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'm going to hook the green on the 12th. Now you're probably wondering why that is. And I'm just going to close this now and making sure they're nice and tight. Be careful that, because I'm using very thin chain here, I have to be careful that there's no gaps, and like I can see a gap in this. So I'm just going to keep closing until there's no real gap. Round it out. So now I have not put this on the chain because with this component, I can hang it this way and have the white up at the top, the purple, and I've got to change the color because apparently I grabbed the wrong color on that one, which is fine. There's the other purple, and debating which one I want. Now I could put both of those on there. We could put both on. So I could add another purple up here and do the same thing on this side. So I am going to, rather than mess with the, well, we'll just mess with the jump ring. We'll put that other purple on here. And see, I can change my mind about my colors. I can change my mind about, this is the beauty of designing your own art, is if you change your mind, you can, do whatever you want. I'm just hoping to give you ideas. If you have some of these lying around, or if you've bought them and you don't know what to do with them, or you got some in a kit. So now I have that. I may add maybe on this side. And so I could do, let's do that. Let's add another one to it. Because what I was thinking was I could hang it like that. I could hang it you know, like with the green up at the top, like that. I could hang it with the white high up at the top and those two dangling down. I mean, you can do many, many things with a component like this, depending on how you want it to lay. Now, I could add another purple. I may not add those. I don't know. I was thinking maybe adding that there. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I like the 3. Having a 4th one, I don't know if having a 4th one would do. So let's just, for ha-has, I am just going to stick this on a ear wire. Like, we could do something like that. I don't know about that. So I'm just kind of hooking this over the ear wire just to see how I want it to lay. Now, I could do it. I think I like that. I think what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to hook this earring in on the green one like that and close it up and then have that hanging just like that. So now we have one earring done. I'm going to take, and actually, I don't want to use this ear wire because I have that saved for something else. So I have 2 different styles of ear wires, and you can get them in both styles. These are the French hooks that have the eye on them. And then they have this style, which is literally a hook, and you just set your jump ring or whatever on that and then just close it up by pinching the ball toward the shaft. And those are great if you want to do quick things. I think I'm just going to use regular ear wires and do this. So now I've got that. It's dangling. And I like that. So there we go. So there's one. And now I'm going to do the second one. And we'll have this pair of earrings done. Now I've got other designs that we're going to do. So I can give you multiple ideas. And we're going to set this in there. I'm just got to be careful because I think I need to flip this guy around. So the one thing you do have to be careful with is when you're hooking everything on, you want to make sure that you've got mirrors. So like if you've got a green hanging to the right and you're trying to do the design, you want to make sure that the other one is hanging the opposite way. Now there is a pair of earrings. I really like that. Those are very fun and frilly. So I'm going to set those aside. So that's pair number 1. Now pair number 2 is going to be these. And I have not put them together yet because we are going to do this together. So I need 2, 4, 5, and I believe, whoops. Oh, maybe that's what it was. That's why those were there, or no. 2, 4, 5, 6. Those can set aside. All right, so I have my 6. I have 6 chains here, all about the same length. I cut them all to be the same length because what we're going to do is we're going to hook these to an ear wire. So I'm going to start out by opening up my ear wire, and I'm going to hook on 3 chains on each ear wire. 2 and 3. So that's going to make just a basic tassel earring like that. So now I have three tassels. Now I could hook a flower up there, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to take my small jump rings I'm going to open up one when I get the right side up. I'm going to open up the jump ring, and I'm going to hook on my flower. And then on one of the chains, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to hook, whoops, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And I'm going to hook the first flower 8 chains down. Okay. And then I'm just going to close that. Okay. And so what that's going to do is it's going to, one, move the tassels away from each other, but then you can just line them back up. Okay. And now we're going to take the next one, which is the one in the middle. So we've got the chain on one side, the chain in the middle, and then the chain on the left side. And the chain in the middle, I am going to open up a jump ring. And we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to go on 17 on this one if I can get my jump ring in. Come on. Now I just lost count. Crap. Oh, and that can be a pain. So it can be a pain if you try to do it. I was trying to do it on the table, and I know that came off, and that's fine because I've got the eye pin open there still. So let me, yeah. See, my ear wire wasn't closed properly. So that's the other thing. Make sure, so this was still open a little bit. Make sure your ear wire is definitely closed. Otherwise, you are going to end up with things falling off like I just had. There we go. And I'm going to close that. And I'm going to give that a good pinch. Because again, I'm working with very small chain here. And if you're worried about it, you can always put a dot of glue or resin or something there. So I'm going to set that guy aside. I'm going to take my center one. And now I'm going to count 17 again because I want this one lower. And I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to take my dark red, and I'm going to attach that. Okay. And so that's going to hang a little bit lower. Now the third one, which is going to be on the opposite side, I'm going to do 8 again. So I'm going to open up a jump ring. I'm going to count 8. And I'm going to attach my other flower. And I'm going to close that. So now I have 2 flowers, 3 flowers, pretty close to the top, and they're just hanging on the chain. They're little tassels. Now you don't have to have the flowers in the same location there. I just wanted something fun with some tassels. So there is that earring. I'm going to pause you. I'm going to make up this other earring, and then we'll get going on the next one. All right, guys. So there's 2 pairs of earrings done and down, and the chain's getting all tangled, but that's fine once we straighten them out. Once we hang them, they'll be fine. So there's 2 pairs of earrings. Those are very fun. I was just thinking these could be great for going to a wedding, or if you're going to, bridesmaids, you can make them up for bridesmaids too. All right, so pair number 3 we're going to make is actually using really big jump rings. And we are just, this is going to be a very quick, very easy. So we're going to take a dark green, a black, and a cream. And I thought they went well together. And I'm going to need roughly 5 or 6 jump. I think we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jump rings. So this is really easy. We're just going to open up a jump ring. And these are so big, I just like using my fingers. I'm going to grab a green and another jump ring, and then just close this guy up. I'm going to grab another jump ring. I'm going to go through the red or the white, and I'm going to go through the jump ring that does not have the flower on it. I'm going to pick up another jump ring, open it up, and go through the one with the flower on it, close it up, pick up my 5th jump ring, go through the flower, go through the flower, and go through that top jump ring that has no flower on it, that's only solo. So now we've got chains like that. Again, now this one can be hung with the flower that way, where you have the white at the top, because I'm using that jump ring. I can attach it this way where the green is at the top and it becomes a longer dangle. I can do the black. I can do something in between. Again, you decide what you want. And I think on this one, I am going to hang it from the white one. Now, I could use a smaller jump ring for this, but I don't want to. I think I want to lay it like that so that it spreads out. So let me see. I'm going to grab some ear wires here. Speaking of spreading out, funny story. Yesterday, I was working in my office, working on the computer, and Bella decided she was going to take a nap. And so she sprawled all out. And as I was watching her, she just kind of melted and then rolled over and was laying on her back, which is not normal for bunnies, and just sprawled. And so I'm actually going to pause the video now that we finished these earrings, and I'm going to insert a picture of, I managed to get a picture of it. So this is what she did. You'll find it hilarious, and I will be back in a second. All right, guys, so there was the picture of Lil Bella. You'll have to tell me what you think in the comments. All right, so that's earring pair number 3. So we have 3 pairs left to go. So number 3, and I have not finished it, is this right here, and I'm just not sure. I'm going to set that aside. We'll work on that after. So earring number 4, and again, I have not put this on the ear wire yet, is going to be a very simple design using 3 flowers and some jump rings, and we're just going to do a very simple, very dainty, delicate with tan, gray, and white with pearls. And so all that is you're going to take a jump ring, and I have these special, they're figure 8s. I call them figure 8s. They're infinity jump rings, so they're literally a jump ring on this side and a jump ring on this side. The opening is on the same side, but it's a little 8. And so this works great when you need something a little bit longer. So I'm just going to open it up like a regular jump ring, attach it on, and close it up. Now, now that that's on there, this is how simple this earring is. Oops, I need my gray, not the black. So I'm going to take a gray. I'm going to take that white with the extra jump ring. I'm going to take the tan. And at this point, because I've got the jump ring open, I might as well just add my ear wire onto it. And it does not matter which direction, because these are actually it does. I take that back. So I'm just going to flip this guy around so that they're mirror, because these need to be mirror. So that when I lay this flat, the tan is on the right, and this one, the tan is on the left. So there's earring pair number 1, 2, 3, earring pair number 4. And we're going to keep going. So next one is pinks and purples and some chains. And I have bigger chain this time. And for this, I'm going to grab some a little bit bigger jump ring. Okay, because this one is going to be a little bit different. Ooh, and I'm throwing jump rings. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to try to get this video done before we get nailed by the thunderstorm that's coming. Because it just really got dark and cloudy outside. All right, so I'm going to open these up, and I could do this with my fingers. These are big enough. And literally, all we're going to do is take one of the pieces of chain. I've got the smallest one here that's maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 lengths. And I need to open this a little more. Actually, I'm just going to use my fingers. And I'm just going to put the jump ring on one end. And I'm going to put a flower on the jump ring. And I'm going to close it up. So I'm doing the purple on the shortest. So I'm going to find my next short one, do the other purple. All right, so there's 2. Then I'm going to decide what, so I've got 2 chains that are of that length, and then 2 chains that are a little longer. I think I'm going to do the white on the longest and the pink next. So again, just opening up a jump ring and using my fingers and fingernails like this. This is why I have no good nails, which I don't even bother to go to the salon anymore to get my nails done, because I'm just, I damage everything. All right. But I enjoy making jewelry, so it's well worth not having good nails when I have so much fun doing this. And there's 2. And last 2. See, I want to use the pliers just because I'm trying to be good and save my nails. Ooh. I grabbed the wrong one. That one doesn't belong. One doesn't look like the other. That's the other thing. Make sure when you're doing your designs that, like, see, this one's got a different bead cap. I I was pulling things out of my stash and pulled out extras. Ooh, and I'm throwing stuff. You want to make sure that everything is the same. Now you can mix metals, you can mix metal colors, you know, you can do copper and gold, but make sure that if you've got a component on one earring that has a design, make sure the other earring mirrors it. All right, so now we've got our 3 components here. So there's one for that earring and one for this earring. We're just going to take another ear wire, and we are going to literally just open this up, and we are going to hook our chains on. I'm going to start with the purple first because that one is going to be the smallest. It's going to be in the front. That is, if I can get it on my... There we go. And then the pink. And then the white. So while it's similar to some of the other earrings we did, it is... Oops. Oh, okay. I grabbed the wrong ear wire. It is on 3 different chains. And so, again, it's another fun earring. So, quick and easy. And we have 2 more to go. If I can do it before the storms. So, yeah, so Bella is doing well. She's really enjoying her, what I call out time, because she hangs out in my bedroom. She sleeps with me every night. Last night, she actually jumped on my face while I was sleeping. She had her foot right in my eye. Thank God my eye was closed. Otherwise, I'd be blind right now. She didn't mean it. She didn't realize where she was jumping. She just jumped up on the bed. And I just happened to be somewhere where I normally I'm not. And she managed to land on my head. She immediately jumped down. But, you know, it's kind of funny living with house rabbits. All right, so there's that. All right. Last 2 earrings. So this one is where I'm using this earring with, and it's just a quick small one, and I just wanted to do a pink and blue. And so all this one does is use a figure 8, and I'm going to open up one side of the figure 8 and put the pink on the figure 8. And so these are just some quick, easy earrings for you. I'm going to then use this ear wire. I'm going to set the figure 8 on, and then I'm just going to take this loop, which will fit over this ball very tightly. And if it won't fit over the ball like that, your other option, and I'm just going to take this off, would be to string it or to hang it, like basically put the ear wire through it and let it hang down. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this figure 8 so that it's behind the blue. And then I'm just going to close it. Now to close it, all you have to do is take and pinch like this. Pinch the ball to the ear wire and you're done. So that was another quick and easy pair. Lastly, I had started doing this where I have the 2 black lower, one with a figure 8, one just on a jump ring, and then the green here, the teal on a figure 8, hanging on the head pin or the eye pin, and I'm going to put a black matte bead because I'm just going to make it so that it's a dangle drop like that. So now I'm going to use my looper, And I am going to make a loop on this one. And then I'm going to show you how I attached all of those beads to begin with. All right, so there is my loop, and that's actually kind of long because I did not have a good grip on that. So let me adjust this with my round nose, and actually I'm going to cut probably a good 1/4 inch off. And I'm just going to take my round nose pliers and try to make a loop that's too big. And the problem is this ball keeps, or the bead keeps coming up. There we go. It doesn't have to be a huge loop. It just has to be a loop. All right, so there is that. So what I did, and I'm going to show you, is I'm going to take one of these horrible tiny jump rings to start, because I don't want them to lay the same height on the earring. I want the two blacks to be different. I'm going to take, let me pull my things in. I'm going to take one of the flowers and I'm going to put on the eye pin. And then I am just going to, if I can close it without, so we're just going to close this. Maybe. There we go. All right, so that's closed on there. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a figure 8 and I am going to open up one side and I'm going to hook on the flower and close that one up. And I'm going to then open up the other side. And I'm going to hook that onto the eye pin. And I'm going to close that up. Okay. So now I have my two So now I've made sure when I was doing this that the figure 8s are on opposite sides. Now I'm going to take another figure 8. And this is how easy this is. I'm going to take another figure 8. I'm going to open up the one side, if I can figure out which side is the one that opens. And I'm going to hook on the green. And I'm going to close it. Making sure it's nice and tight. And then I'm just going to take the other end and slide it over the eye pin. And then I'm going to add my bead. And let's see if we can make a loop better with this one. Oh, much better. Much better. All right, so now I've got that. And we can then now just take our ear wires. There's one. There's two. And I'm going to open that up. And I'm just going to set the earrings down on that. And again, with this one, you're going to have to make sure you mirror So if I'm holding that to, they're both going the same direction. So I'm going to flip this guy around. And now they're on the opposite side, which is perfect. I'm going to close those up, make sure everything's nice and tight. Especially for my loops. And there we go. All right, so fun night of making flower earrings. So we've literally made, let's put everything in frame here. There's one pair. So let me get that set down there and that set down there. So there's one pair. We have 2 pairs. 3. And I'm going to zoom out here in a second. 4. 5. It helps to make sure that I have them facing forward. 6 and 7. So we made 7 pairs of flower earrings tonight. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit and let you see them all. So we did all of this. It was fun. It was quick. Just using some flower components and some ear wires and some chain and having some fun tonight. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.